everybody. Welcome to socaldramtram. I'm Matt.
And I'm Cesar.
And today, before we get into this bottle, we just want to say if you're new here, hey, thanks for checking out the review. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave today. And if you're a returning viewer, hey, we appreciate you guys sticking around. Nonetheless, everybody hit the notification bell. That way you know whenever we drop a new video every Wednesday at 1 p.m. PST. Enough of that talking. Caesar, what do we got on the bar today?
Today, we got something from my bar, folks. Ooh, the Woodford Reserve Batch Proof.
We got the Woods.
So, folks, Woodford Reserve Batch Proof. This is actually, the mash bill is a mix of 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley. They let it be known that they use the same grain, bill, and mash process as they do the regular Woodford Reserve. So that regular stuff you see for $40 a bottle, they're saying they use the same stuff, but they just get it directly out the cask. I mean, that's how you would want most cask strength, batch proof, whatever you want to call it, to be. But some of them actually, do throw some water in there or mess with it a little bit after the cask. Woodford, for sure, straight out of the cask is like, here you go. And you could tell because, I mean, look at that color. Compared to at least the regular Woodford, this color is actually pretty good. Nice and dark, rich, as you can see. But as far as the Woodford distillery had to say on this particular bottle, that is really all they had to say. It's just that it's the same thing as our regular Woodford, just out of the cask. So
that's basically a cask strength version of Woodford Reserve.
Yeah,
I mean that's still pretty sweet, right?
Yeah. For coins, as my topper coin, I'm gonna use the 5-finger pour bourbon Sane because y'all know how I love my 5-finger pour.
He really does. Although you wouldn't suggest it with the way this bottle came.
Oh yeah, no, especially for the price. So I had to take that easy.
It's like, whoa, slow down. Your wallet's like, gotta make this last. As far as your
I was gonna say for my coaster coin, I'm using the Mash and Jump because y'all know how we here at the Dram Tram love to have some fun. So. Mash and Jump.
I'm actually using the Old Soul Whiskey Guy. I'm using his, I believe this is Cask 2. Yeah, Cask 2 coin. Soldier. Shout out to you, Old Soul. We love you, brother, man. Hope you're enjoying Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii. Oh, I know you're enjoying. I see those pictures, man. I wish I was there in those sunsets.
I just, like when you see people that either follow you back and you follow them and you have the interaction.
Yeah,
Number one, that's what it's all about. We love the interaction. I mean, it's the whiskey is precious, don't get me wrong. But the interaction with you guys, the interaction we have while drinking the whiskey, we're the fun bit. We're the part that's, that's not going to happen again. We can always buy more whiskey. So that's always fun. But nonetheless, when I see Old Soul's whiskey posts, I'm like, can I just come do your laundry and hang out? Your bar is just pretty. I really don't want to do your laundry. I just want an excuse to drink. What'd you say what the proof was? 123?
123.6.
Ooh, 0.6.
1.6.
Sure. I know enough Spanish to get me through TJ.
So on the nose, I'm definitely getting a little bit of earthy molasses.
I was going to say, molasses jumps out of the glass.
It is definitely oakier than the original Woodford Reserve. Like the regular 40% Woodford Reserve. This is a lot more oakier than that, but as you would expect it to be, right? I would kind of expect it to be more like the cask itself versus the
You know what's interesting to me? And maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I've had too many whiskeys today. Because, again, shocker, we batch shoot. That's why I'm wearing the same shirt. Cesar makes an effort. I just wear the same one. This does not smell like 123. Not even a little bit. To me, the regular Woodford at like 45 smells hotter than this thing.
Really?
Now, that's probably going to change the minute it hits my palate. Where I'm going to be like, I can't feel my lips. But we'll see. Molasses jumps right out of the glass, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Sweet caramel. Like really honed in, fine tooth, homemade caramel.
Yeah.
It's not burned, it's not underdone, like it's perfect.
Yeah.
Really nice, really soft. But like I said, I'm not getting that heat. I do get a little bit of chocolate in here though. That's interesting. And I definitely get a little bit of that leather note.
Overall, definitely.
Oh, there's the proof. I took a little bit longer of a pull.
No, but overall, it's definitely like very, very nice and sweet predominant as far as the smell goes. But tell me about that taste because I've been waiting for you to try that. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Need a match. It could probably blow fire right now.
Yeah.
Oof.
Arguras, heartburn.
Interesting, right? So, that's a nice... Okay, finish, just because it just hit me, like dark chocolate. Like dark chocolate, sweetness, like dark chocolate covered strawberries. It's really just predominant on that finish. But it was interesting because when I first sipped it, I'm like, did you just put like regular Woodford in here? Because there's no, there it is.
Yeah.
Like,
the burn.
The minute it got to like that mid palate as it was starting to go down is when that 123 showed up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that oh man, that finish is nice though. So I haven't had this with you. You've had this now for a while. I remember you were really excited when you got this. Yep. It's interesting because I've compared Woodford Reserve as kind of like your good friend. Like he's always there for you.
Yeah.
Like or she's always there for you. Whenever you had a bad day, like he's just there to pick you up. You know, always old reliable. Essentially.
Yeah, old reliable.
You know, you can always count him to be there. You can find it everywhere. You can find it at your liquor stores. You can find it in your drug stores. You can find it literally everywhere. Supermarket. It's damn near an impulse buy. That said, though, that's not saying that it's not quality. Like, Woodford has always been very good. I could sit with a rocks glass neat on Christmas Eve and just sit by the fire and enjoy some Woodford.
Easily.
This one is no different. So again, I really enjoy the nose on this one, but the palate on this is really nice too. I'm just still shocked on the proof, but you can kind of tell. So I have noticed in a high proof whiskey is when I put a coin on the glass on the inside starts to build up a little condensation. And I don't know if it's just because of the high proof. That's too Yomi Jr. Yeah. It starts to kind of fog up and look a little cloudy, a little bit of condensation. I think it's just from the high proof having nowhere to go. The ethanol is trying to burn off, but it's really nice. What do you get?
No, it's definitely nice. I get a little bit, a mix of hot cinnamon, like almost like a little bit of red hot, and then a little bit of like a hot vanilla leather. So I think that hot vanilla leather like makes it so smooth. Like it for the 123. What actual percentage is this? This is 61.8%. So for it being 61.8%, it is going flush. But the problem with that, just like I noticed with the Elijah Craig C919, is it's amazing up front, and then a couple seconds later, you just get that heartburn, just like, oh, here I am going down your esophagus, and it's like,
it's
whoa,
that Kentucky hug.
Yeah. So it's like, whoa. But besides that hug, that flavor, as far as barrel proofs go or batch proofs, cast strengths,
whatever they want to call them these days,
it is good. It is good up front for sure. It is good. But I'd like to mention that I paid about $130 for this, so it is a little bit on the steeper end.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if I never had that Elijah Craig C919 at $75 or $80, $60, I would have held this to a higher pedestal. But since I had that at $60 for how amazing that alcoholic Reese's Peanut Butter Cup came out, this is still really good in itself. But for it to be priced at $130, where you
I can get 2 bottles of C919.
exactly.
I know where I can get those bottles.
No, but that's exactly my point. Where you could get 2 bottles of something very similarly just as good for the same price. That's where it kind of knocks it for me. If this was priced at like $80, ooh, through the roof, no doubt, I would say pull the trigger every time. But they like to hold themselves to a higher standard, but it didn't significantly prove that to me this round versus at least what I've had before. So that's where I'm gonna knock it a little bit and be like, you could be a little bit better priced. But that's also why you haven't seen me drink it all the way yet, because it's like it's a little bit higher price. I'm gonna let this one last a little bit. But no, it's definitely very good. It's definitely very good. Literally, the only really knock I have on it is the price, but it is definitely a good bourbon.
So I dropped some water in it. I put 6 drops. On the higher proof stuff, I usually put 6 drops of water in here. I think you bring up a good point, right? Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is like probably the best value in whiskey in terms of high proof. I mean, granted, if you pay upwards to $100, well, then you're in the same market. But let's say that you could walk into a store, into a shelf. I've done that. It hurts. I got a welt on my head. You walk into a store and you see this side by side with an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, right? Let's say it's B520, the brand new one, right? That's 63%. How much was this? 61?
Yeah.
Couple more proof points and a little less or a little more than half the price point off.
I would give.
It's tough to say.
From the B batch, I think this is way better than B batch. As far as flavor goes, I think this is way better. But as far as that C919 goes, I think that C919.
Well, I'm just saying in terms of what people could probably get right now, right?
Right. Oh yeah,
In terms of the value.
Oh, value.
Now,
yeah,
in terms of flavor profile, it's subjective. It's so incredibly subjective, right? I like Woodford Reserve. So for me, this is still a really good bottle of whiskey. Is it $130 bottle good? I don't know. But, it's also tough because then you say, well, I can get 2 bottles of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Yeah, but do you want to experience more of the same or do you want to try something different? You know
true.
what I mean? So
very true. Very true.
It's
very true.
so incredibly subjective to where it's tough to be like, I want this or no, I want 2 bottles of this other thing. Whatever the case may be. Nonetheless, I'm just talking because I put water in here and I wanted it to marry. So, again, bourbon with water.
Oh, bro.
Pepper and vanilla blows up for me on the nose.
That finish is...
You put water in?
Yeah,
no?
yeah, I did put water.
Okay.
That finish is good. That finish... I wish that it would have that finish with the start of it being drink alone. Like, just naked, Woodford Reserve batch proof. But the finish, I wish, tasted like it had water. Because that finish is nice. That is a good... at the front, I get a little bit of a spike in either spice or brown sugar, or a mix of the two. Some spiced brown sugar. But the finish with the water, I will say, is distinctly better for me.
Man, I'm so torn. Like, I do like this bottle. Don't let me... It's not like it's, this is swill, get it away. Like, it's not that at all. I think it's just maybe I'm too many whiskeys in for the day or what, but it's not hitting me the way I thought it would. The palate with water, lots of pepper, lots of vanilla for me. The proof definitely comes out with the water, which is interesting to me when always that happens. The chocolate note definitely comes up. But I don't know if it's the cinnamon from the proof or whatever, but I get a lot more of that proof note. It's still really nice. I wish I could see this at like either a couple proof points higher or even a couple proof points lower, right? But given the fact that I dropped some water in the amount that I have in the glass, I don't know if I want to see it lower in proof. I don't know. I'm so torn on it. Like I said, I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm so torn because the price point is high. And to give you an example, I don't know if this is allocated. I have seen this in one store. It's behind glass. Like, I don't ever see this on the
I had
shelf.
to order it online. Yeah, I couldn't.
I can never walk into a store with the exception of one and grab this.
Yeah.
So availability is tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe you live somewhere where it's not, and hey, comment down below. I'd love to see what the price point is there.
Yeah.
I've seen this online. I don't know if it's this particular batch, but I've seen it for about $110. You said you paid $130. Oh, man. What are you gonna score it?
So
I'm like, give me your score, damn it.
So I will say, woody batch proof. You blew the lid off my roof. After I drink you, I go oof, and then I can't feel my tooth. So I'm gonna give it a 3, only because of price point. If this was price pointed at 80, 90, even maybe $100, I'd give it a 4. Solid 4. Great flavors for a barrel proof. Amazingly done. For the category it's in, but for the price it's in, it's where I don't like it. That's the only knock. Like I said, if it was like up to 100, give it an easy 4. But since it's at 130, that's a little steep to pay for this, because you could get 2 of something very similarly better for the same price. So because of that, I'm gonna give it a 3. Give it a 3 for sure.
I think 3 is a fair score. I think with where I'm at on it, and again, it might just be maybe I'm too many whiskeys in today, so I'd love to try this again at some point because you have a lot of it. This is probably cruising again. I know we don't break our own rules of halves, but this is probably cruising at a 2.5 or a 3 for me. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's a 3 as well. Because again, maybe I'm just too many whiskeys in today. But I think it's good. I think it's a good flavor experience. I think, again, with the water, I just get a lot of that pepper influence. I got a little bit of dusty corn as well on the finish on this last sip. But I think a 3 is fair, and I think, like you, I would love to see this price between 75 to 90. 75 to 90, because things like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and Larceny Barrel Proof and, things like Weller Full Proof, if you could find it, are within that price range. I think 130 is a little bit too far north for this bottle experience, but it's not bad. So again, I'm going to land with you on a 3 as well. Like I said, I was struggling a little bit, but I think a 3 is fair to the whiskey. I don't think it's a bad whiskey by any stretch of the imagination. I sound like I'm apologizing for it. I'm really not. It's just, I think for where I'm at and my preferences, it's just okay. Like, it's a 3. Like, I can't wait to try it again, fresh, rather than, how many whiskeys are we in?
Yeah.
So it's a 3 from me. You got anything else you want to add?
No, what about you, Matt?
Well, guys, do us a favor. Hit us up in the comments section. Let us know if you've had this batch of Woodford. Have you had a different one? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think he's right? Who knows? It doesn't really matter because taste is subjective. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us there. We love interacting with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. The button's like right here or something. If it's not here right now, it'll be up and right now. If you got nothing else to add today, Cesar, stay safe, drink well, guys. All aboard! Catch you next time. Hey everybody, hope you liked that video.
Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications.
And don't forget to subscribe.